This is the desert in the north of Chile, stuck between the Andes and the South Pacific Ocean. In this hot and dusty environment is situated the airbase of Antofagasta, home of Grupo Orce. At the end of the 60s, Chile bought some 40 hunters. Most of them were FGA-71s based on the FGA-9. The remainder were FR-71s and T-71 two-seaters. When General Pinochet seized power during the military coup of '73, 2 hunters attacked the presidential palace, La Moneda, in Santiago with great precision, forcing the Allende government to surrender. Since 1990, Chile has returned to a government elected by the people, and the Air Force now serves one of the few well-functioning democracies in South America. Because of the strained relations with the neighboring countries, Peru and Bolivia, the Chilean Air Force remains constantly on standby. In the north of the country, patrol flights are flown regularly and the pilots are constantly trained. The aeroplanes have been upgraded by the Chilean company Enair, amongst others. The hunters have been fitted with a radar warning receiver. This is a device that tells the pilot when his aircraft is seen by the enemy radar, giving him the type and bearing of the emitter. The presence of the RWR is revealed by 3 antennae on the tip of the vertical tail and 1 in the tail bullet. These 2 aircraft, an FR-71 and an FGA-71, are started for a low-level navigation flight, followed by a strafing exercise. The basic FGA-9 was developed for low-altitude flying in the Middle East, and the conditions in this part of Chile are fairly similar. One of the special features of the FGA-9 that's well loved by the men who have to fly in this hot climate is the enhanced cockpit air conditioning system. Heat reduces the power of a jet engine, and it's obvious that the high thrust of the Avon 200 series was one of the things that made the FGA-9 superior to its competitors at the Aden evaluation. Even when heavy external loads have to be carried, which is often the case for ground attack, the Hunter still takes off without any problem, and cruising speed remains relatively high. Any pilot usually claims his aeroplane to be the best, and this is particularly true for Hunter flyers. But in Chile, the Hunter enjoys a particular popularity amongst its pilots. Of course, this is partially because of its exhilarating flying characteristics, but also because of its sturdiness. During a Chilean test of retarded weapons, a fragmentation bomb exploded during dropping, blasting dozens of holes in the Hunter that carried it. Nevertheless, the pilot could continue flying and landed his aircraft as if nothing had happened. Instead of loading the cannon in the aeroplane, Hawker opted for another technique. The Hunter has been fitted with a 4-cannon removable gun pack, which is entirely replaced after each firing session. This operation only takes a couple of minutes, allowing better turnaround time in case of war. The old gun pack can then be checked, cleaned and loaded without the technicians being rushed by a waiting aircraft. Being that the total weight of the gun pack is that of a normal-sized car, specialized equipment is necessary. This gun pack technique was made possible because Hawker chose the jet intakes to be placed in the wing roots, leaving a lot of free space in the front fuselage and leaving the nose free for radar or cameras. This may seem obvious today, but at the time the Hunter was designed, many of the jets had a nose intake, such as the Sabre, the Thunderjet, the Mystère, the Ouragan, and all the MiGs of that period.